Well, good evening, everyone. 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to give folks 60 seconds to join, so please stand by. We will begin at 8:01 p.m. Eastern. All right, there's 8:01. We are going to begin. Welcome. For those that are unfamiliar, I'm Tucker Hamilton. I'm the CEO and co-founder of the Aerospace Robotics Competition. And we also have online right now Erin Rosenstock. She is the executive director of STEM Ed. STEM Ed is the 501c3 parent organization that runs ARC. So you are here with our first info session of the 2025-2026 season. We're excited to have you all. And I look forward to going through what this next year is going to look like. And I would like one confirmation that people are seeing the slides. Thumbs up? Perfect. Thank you. Well, great. We're stoked to have everyone here. We had a fantastic season last year. Ended up being a national championship that went into the books with fantastic flair as drones were nearly crashing into each other, crashing into the ground, accomplishing the tasks like we'd never seen before. So kudos to our last season. And we're excited to talk about how we are changing, growing, and delivering the robotics competition for this upcoming school year. All right, so we're going to go through these things in the agenda. And we're going to start off with the Aerospace Robotics Competition. Our mission at STEM Ed is to provide hands-on, accessible, and relevant opportunities for students to encourage you all to understand, learn, and pursue science, technology, engineering, and math. So those are some of our principles. I do want to point out our core values: integrity, excellence, and respect. So we're looking for people to be integrity-filled. We're looking for folks to try their hardest and try to bring excellence in everything they're doing, and showing respect to each other, to other teams, to society through their efforts as we are teaching folks how to develop this technology. So it's exciting. Who we are, here's just a list of different organizations that folks work for, and it is great to bring these professional perspectives to this competition. So we have the competition, so that's the ARC. It's a hands-on drone design, build, and fly experience. It's not really designing, but it's still kind of like that as you're designing mechanisms to go on the drone. It's a year-long competition. There is 6 regions this year. We're so excited about that. We had 4 last year, and now we're up to 6. So we're excited to welcome in Silicon Valley and the Midwest region. We also have a summers camp at St. Anselm College. They're one of our dear partners. They're up in New Hampshire, and they're absolutely a host of our regional. They were the host last year of our national championship a few months ago, but they also support our ethics version, our ethics aspect of the competition. But they have a week-long summer camp. If you are interested in that, you can talk to us and join our mailing list. So for the Aerospace Robotics Competition, here's the basically mission of the competition: teaching those aerospace principles with hands-on experience. Through this competition, there's a technical experience, which is dealing with the drone and putting that together, programming if you get to that level, which is exciting, and then actually piloting and learning not just how to fly it, but the regulations, restrictions with regard to flying drones. Okay, so what students do. You're going to design by creating a mechanism. You're going to build the kit. We're going to help you with all of that. There's electronics aspect of it too. You're going to learn the components, how to assemble it. There's some soldering, which is cool. But once again, we're going to mentor you and help you through this with materials. And this year, materials like we've never had before, which we're really going to give students kind of a very easy pathway to get on step to get to the point where they're able to fly. And then we're going to be working the coding aspect of it and then presenting. It's important for our teams to know how to work together, to how to communicate effectively once they are together, and to be able to put together a technical presentation and answer questions from the judges. There are cash prizes, there's trophies, of course, and there's more to it, right? Because you're learning something that is so important for our society as we move forward. You are going to be the leaders of our autonomous revolution, and we're excited to be a part of your journey. So where is ARC? Like I said, we have 6 regions now. We have the Silicon Valley, brand new. We have Antelope Valley in LA County. We have San Diego. We have Midwest being hosted by Purdue University. We're stoked to have Midwest coming alive. We have Washington, D.C., and then we also have New England in this area. We're looking actually at several more regions this coming year. And one other thing I want to mention this year that's new too, with these 2 new regions, we're also allowing middle school students and middle school teams to participate. It's going to be a challenge, but I know our students are up for it, and we're excited to help them along that journey as well. So we already have a couple middle school teams that are aligned and ready to sign up, so we're excited to bring that aspect of it. All right. So the different challenges for ARC, you have the autonomous portion, that is the autonomous flying. So this is going to be virtual task and a live flight round where you're going to be able to use, if you get to this level, computer vision and Python coding for the drone to do something on its own. But don't be scared, right? Because it's optional. If you want to do the autonomous portion, you're going to get extra points and you're going to be able to possibly get to the top of that leaderboard. If you don't feel comfortable with that autonomous portion yet, you can still fly this aspect of the mission semi-autonomously, so still hand controlling it, and you'll still be competitive, but you may not be at the top of the board unless you get that coding in. So that's our autonomous portion. We have the semi-autonomous portion, which has 2 portions, 2 aspects of it. You have a virtual tasks. Those are going to build up through the school year. And then you're going to have the live flight round. And that's the head-to-head part of the competition that everyone is always excited about. We have part of that payload delivery, and that is going to be also using a camera. And that's where the mechanism is going to come into play. We have the technical presentation. That's a live presentation where you're going to be able to present your design process, your code, the results that you had. And then we have this ethical component. So just like last year, we're going to actually separate it a little bit, so a little different than last year. But just like last year, we're going to give you academics throughout the year. And then during the ethical evaluation, you're going to go in front of some judges and they're going to give you a vignette, an ethical vignette. And they're going to ask you, how are you going to address that? And you're going to apply some of those academics to your way of addressing it. So we're excited to bring each aspect of the competition to you all with our different regions. And then, of course, our top performing teams at the end of those regions, the top 3 are going to be invited to our national championship. Date to be determined. We believe it's going to be at the end of May, early June, and we are planning on it to be in San Diego this year. So we were in LA a couple years ago. We were at St. Anselm College this past May, and we're looking to move around. And this year we're looking at the exciting region of San Diego to host that. All right. So we have some really cool pictures here of last year's challenge of real world application of delivering humanitarian aid. So we're trying to bring things alive for you students. Now, these drones developed mechanisms to pick up these cubes and drop them on each one of these poles. The competition this year is going to be revealed in a couple weeks, but it's going to be similar, where we're going to try to have a real world application for the work that you're doing. We also had different levels of difficulty. So some teams this past year were able to fly and do part of our competition where they had to land on certain numbers in a certain order. They didn't have to pick up anything. And then as they advanced, they could pick up things. So that'd be the next level of being able to pick up these cubes or these tennis balls and dropping them in certain zones. And then this coming year, there's going to be even more advanced where we're talking about that computer vision application, demonstrating it in real time live during the competition itself. So varying levels, and you're going to have to wait to see. For October, we have the information that we can share with you on the Zoom link for that, and the rule book will drop at that time. So we're excited to share with you. And I got to tell you, it's awesome. It's really cool. I don't want to give anything away though. All right, so check out our website for registration submission for your teams through STEMED Incorporated website, which is stemed.org, STEMED.org, super easy. We're going to also have coach training that's coming soon. We'll have another info session. If you want to tell all your friends or other teams to come listen to this live, we are recording this and we'll make sure we hand it out to people. We'll have volunteer training, and then we're going to have the kickoff itself on the 4th of October event. We will at that time give you the rule book. We'll show you what the rubrics look like for grading. We'll show you the field setup, and then all the deadlines are going to be on our website and in the rule book itself. Here's a schedule of some of those events. So the big things to highlight for October is going to be rule book kickoff. Excited about that. We have 24 November, a little bit later this year because we wanted to give teams a little more time for get our registration done and the fee in. And we will talk through all those things coming up. We also have the coach training in between those two on October 25th, which will be important. All these are going to be recorded, so we want people to be able to access this when works for you. We have these different accountability tasks that are going to be due throughout the season. And then we'll have the dates very soon with when the competition is. We're trying to maneuver around a lot of busy schedules during that time of year for our schools and our students. So more to come on that. All right. So you guys are all invited for this, of course. Welcome. Amazing to have you here at the info session. And this is where you're going to learn about those questions on the left. And then the coach training is going to be on that 25th. So we're getting coaches and mentors there. We're going to this year have a lot more material online for coaches and mentors to really understand what we're trying to do. So that'll be an enhancement that we haven't had such a robust presence for our coaches and mentors and teams before. So that'll be available as well after that rule book drops is when we will get that out there for teams. All right. October 4th. Here it is. It's virtual, but highly encourage teams to be able to join. It's a fun time. I know some regions actually gather all together, all the teams, all the students get together, and they have a party right as we go live and share with people the exciting competition that is to come. All right. Logistics. Registration is required to compete. Makes sense, right? So for submissions, we're looking for accountability tasks to be submitted virtually for points. So you have to complete these accountability tasks to get points that will go into your final score for who gets first, second, third, right? Your presentation slides are going to have to be submitted 7 days before your regional competition. And you're going to have your waiver signed by your parent or guardian to be able to compete as well. So we have to respect these dates. This is part of our excellence part. We want to make sure teams, students, teachers, everyone is holding each other accountable and that we're adhering to these timelines. So this year, guys, the drone, it is exciting. It is different than last year. If you had last year's drone, we can upgrade you to the new drone, aspects of the drone, at a much lower cost. If you did not have last year's drone, congratulations, you're going to get an amazing drone this year. It's going to be great. And why it's great is it's going to be adhering to industry standards like never before. So we're getting drone parts and pieces that we're going to show you how to put together, but they're all going to be very similar, identical to drones that our industry partners are using right now. So it's going to be exciting to be able to get students the actual drones and drone parts that would be applicable for them if they want to go into this type of work professionally. And that also is, we're getting the safety exam done, of course, through the FAA. But we're also trying to develop pathways to Part 107 certification. So we're not doing that yet. Not this year, but we're hoping to give you pathway to get there and soon have it actually an aspect for students who want to go that route to get your Part 107. And if you guys are sitting here and you're like, I don't know what Part 107 is, that's fine too. It basically is approval for you to fly drones commercially. So you can get your Part 107 done. You just need the FAA exam that we will have you take. It's really easy. It's a trust exam. To be able to fly the drone as teams, super easy, but you're going to have to do that as one of your tasks to get that FAA trust exam just to fly. But the Part 107 stuff is coming. All right, so materials for the mechanisms, we are going to allow you to come up with what's going to be best for the mechanism. So the mechanism is not the drone, it's what you put on the drone to do whatever tasks. So last year, the mechanism had to pick up cubes and balls, and this year it's going to have to do something else. So mechanism materials is going to be up to you all. The tools required, that's going to be up to your mentors, coaches, teachers, parents, things like that. And then you got to make sure you got those spare parts because not that you'll ever crash, but if you do, all right. So we're trying to keep costs at a minimum, but I'll tell you, it is more expensive as we're going to a more industry standard drone, as well as the supply chain has made it more difficult. And we are, because of several teams, school districts, and partners, we cannot source our supplies from China like we used to, which is totally fine. I'm excited to be able to get everything sourced through American US suppliers, but the problem is it's just more expensive now. So with that expense, that needs to be something you all are aware of. And that's why if you have a drone from last year, we will give you a list of items to upgrade your drone so that it can still compete just like any other brand new drone, but it'll be much cheaper than that initial drone kit cost. Which are really drone parts. We're going to give you a list of drone parts that you can just order through Amazon. And it's approximately $2,000, I'd even say maybe $2,500, depending on what level you are, for all of those parts. But you can order them and get them within a few days. Unlike years past, you've ordered them and they'd be supplied from China and it would take forever to come. So this is a trade-off and we had to go in this direction. So the drone is a little bit more expensive. We also have a registration fee of $1,000. This is more than any year prior, but we have to because we as an organization that's a nonprofit where nobody gets any money to do what we're doing, we needed a $1,000 registration fee to sustain our operations, to allow this to still be a competition for people. Okay, so yep, I know it's difficult. Talk to us if you have trouble. If you're like, I really want to do this competition, but I don't have the $1,000 registration fee or I can't afford, we can work with you to try to find sponsors. And we do have scholarship opportunity for some teams as well. So come talk to us if you're having trouble. And if you can go swing it, yep, go get your own sponsors. That's fantastic. Go bake some cookies or do something exciting to try to fundraise, legal and appropriate. And then we have different aspects we understand there on the variables bullet on just like travel. So we understand that your costs may be increased because of the busing you require or hotels based on regional competition location, things like that. We also, I will tell you, we're telling you, recommending you the parts to buy, but there are other ways for you to procure some of those parts. And we can talk to you about that because not all parts are created equal. And maybe there is something that could replace one of the parts on our list that you could use, and that could keep costs lower too. All right. Communication, so important. We need our mentors to be communicating. We want to be communicative. We want our teams to be communicating. So please take that very responsibly. That's where integrity and excellence and respect all come in. Communication and timely communication is really important. So my desire is to provide you all with timely and accurate communication, transparent communication. And what I ask in your return is the same type of respect. So making sure that you get things in on time, that if you have questions, you raise them with us. And we are here to support you. Support@stemed.org is the best way to reach a group of people. And then our executive director, who's amazing, Erin, is her email right there. And Kelsey, who's our VP of operations, that's her email right there. And if you need to get a hold of a region, you have the region name at stemed.org. So San Diego at stemed.org, Antelope Valley, things like that. All right. We're going to have trainings for coaches. We're going to have office hours for everyone to be able to call us. And then we're going to have resources online. Social media. You can find us on lots of different social media platforms. So please follow us on Instagram is probably the best one. And you can search for us. And we'll have Erin put that handle in the chat right now for people to see. I actually forget exactly what it is, so she can put it in. And I can say it at the end too, if I pull up my Instagram. All right, some important rules. Trust exam. Yes, it's going to be a virtual task. That means you have to do it asynchronously on your own, but you got to submit that you've proven that you've done it. All pilots are required to print their certificates of completion and carry on them during the event. And carrying them on you could also be on your phone. That's fine. And it does cost $5 to complete that exam. All right. And if there's any other requirements from FAA, we'll tell you about it. There will be a tech inspection before any flights for the competition. So we start the competition day with all the teams showing up bright and early and on time. And then we're going to go through tech inspection, make sure that you're safe to fly with all of the things, including a tether that's on your drone, including your safety glasses as appropriate, helmets as appropriate, and other aspects of the competition. It'll be made clear, but that's how we start. And yes, we are tethering all of our drones. We have to do it. It is a great way to stay safe out there, and it's just a part of our competition. All right, so requirements for you all: submit registration form on the due date. Make sure you get those fees in by the due date. Communicate with us if you're having trouble with any of that, please. Have your coach identified, and it needs to be an adult that's legally responsible for the students during the competition and responsible for submitting registration and fees. The coach has to be a part of that. All right, the new team portal is coming soon. And then 1 week before competition, like I said, we need those waivers signed by a guardian. All right, next steps for you all. We're gonna have you register. So forms will be live soon. And then you get your team together, you register, you're going to get that rule book sent out to you, and then you start the competition. And we're excited to see where you guys take it this year. If you need to, reach out to us at those email addresses, always available on our website. You can find us there. There's a contact us portion. So please feel free to reach out through our website. And yes, we're always looking for volunteers and sponsors. So we can help you find a sponsor, but we're also looking for sponsors to get become a partner and a part of our competition. All right. Did we get the social media handle? Aaron, did you have that? I can't see the chat while I'm talking here.
Yes, I put them in there.
Oh, thank you. Okay, perfect. So if you cannot see the chat, it's at stem.ed.501c3. So that's STEM.ed.501c3. That is our Instagram and Facebook handle. And at TikTok, we're at stemed.org. So social media, there you go. Join our mailing list, yep. And you can unsubscribe if you want to, but why would you want to unsubscribe? You're only going to get amazing information. All right. I'm going to stop that. I am here to answer questions, but before you ask any of your questions, I just want to, again, welcome you to this competition. I am excited for you guys to figure out if and who you can surround yourself with, if you can compete, who you can compete with. Get those teams together, go talk to your teachers, go talk to your parents as needed. Give us a holler if you guys need more information. You can reach out to us and we can answer questions, preferably through an adult. And we are excited to be able to present this year's competition. Some highlights that I'll mention again, just so you remember. 4 October is going to be that the rule book drop, and 24 November is the registration due date. And then we'll get the dates for the rest of the competition out to you shortly. The drone is going to be an advanced drone. If you're beginner level and you can just fly it basic, that's awesome. And that's maybe where our middle schoolers will come in, even though I think they may surprise us. Building mechanisms will be a part of it. And then getting all the way to the coding will be kind of the advanced level for that. And so we have that drone, and the registration fees are kind of the big changes, as well as middle school teams. So integrity, excellence, respect, we're going to live by those, or try to live by those core values. And we look forward to bringing you guys into this exciting opportunity to not just recognize that drones are a part of our future, but be a part of developing that future with an ethical mindset in order to bring our society along with this technology. Okay, so with that, I will hand it to folks that have questions. And Aaron, if you have anything, or if you have anything that you want to add, anything I missed, please raise your hand now, and I'll have you jump in. And then anyone else, please raise your hand if you guys have questions. I'm going to start dancing because I got no questions. All right, who's excited about this year?
I'm definitely excited about this year, Mr. Hamilton.
Hey, Julian.
Hey,
Good seeing you.
Julian and
uh,
Donato. I see Donato up there celebrating. There we
Oh,
go.
yeah, I recognize some of these names.
That's very exciting.
Um,
Corbett has a question.
No, he doesn't. He says, no, I don't have a
Oh,
question.
you were just trying to celebrate with us? Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I get that.
Yeah.
yeah, sorry about that.
I liked it. I was all here for it. I'm like, I'm ready for a question.
I'm sorry, I came in a little bit late compared to the others, but will there be a release of the specs of the drone, or will we just look on that by ourselves?
Oh, no, we're going to, the drone part list.
Mhm.
If you want a copy of our draft, it's like 90, I'd say 98% where it needs to be. If you
Okay.
want a copy of the drone parts, you can email us at support@stemed.org and we
Okay.
will send you the list right now.
Thank you very much.
Now, if you're a returning team, and Julian, you asked that, and you're a returning team, I will also give you the list, which is probably at 90%. We just need to make sure that everything matches of the what you need to buy to upgrade your drone. So if you had a drone last year, you need to upgrade it. There's going to be a list of things. I will warn people, upgrading is still around $1,000 because of what we're
Money.
doing. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Julian. All right. What other questions are out there? You know something that I'll just throw out here, and we should just put it into the thing. I'm not sure why, but I don't think folks realize that there's a scholarship for seniors that are participating in the aerospace robotics competition. And
Really? I actually never heard of that.
it was handed out a couple years ago, and then no one's applied in
2
ever
years.
since.
Yeah.
It's just money sitting there for you all, amazing high school students that are off to college.
I would love that money. I need that money.
Well, you're gonna have to apply. It's gonna be very competitive, Julian.
Of course. Where can we apply?
I
It'll
will put
be,
I'll
yeah.
put that up. Yep, I'll deal with that, Julian. And I'll also email that to you as
Thank
well.
you, Darren. Thank you.
Yeah, we award that in the spring. One of my favorite things about this competition, everyone, is how teams and people take care of each other. That's what I want to see. So we will, if you haven't participated in this, it's awesome. You will see teams helping each other out, cheering for each other. We are on this journey together. Things aren't always perfect. People show a lot of grace and kindness, compassion as we're going through the competition. And it is great to see at the same time, it is competitive. And I love all of that. And Ryan, this is going to be the same meeting that's on the 20th. So you do not need to show up again unless you want to hear from my amazing voice one more time. But no, you're good, man. All right. What else? I know there are questions out there. Someone's out there being like, what? When is it? Oh, yeah, Michelle. There you go. It's a good question. We are dealing with some conflicts in the schedule. We're expecting regions to be at the very end of April.
Or middle.
Or, yeah, okay. So they're going to be between middle April to like the first weekend in May. That's when our competitions roll. Yeah, you only have to take the FAA Trust Certificate exam once, so you can use
But
it.
one thing that I don't believe was in the slides, this is actually something that did. All of our drones do need to be registered with the FAA, and there is that is something that will be checked in our inspection time, which I think was missing from our sheet, even though I think our inspectors mostly took care of that, but we will make sure that all drones are registered with the FAA as well.
Yeah, good call, Aaron. And then Michelle, for the second part of the answer, which I'm sorry I didn't address right away, The regional competitions, like I said, are going to be like that mid-April to first week in May. The national championship is the end of May, early June. And we're hoping to have those dates out in just like 2 weeks or something. We just are working through a few other things. So there's that. What other questions you guys have? Isaac, you came off
I know. I
mute.
was like,
We're calling.
Sorry, that was an accident.
no.
Okay. All right. We like to hear from people.
I know. I love questions.
Yeah. All right. Well, it is 8:30, fastest info session ever. If you guys do have questions. And
Please
we're-
email me,
you're
Aaron
gonna-
at STEMEd. I'll put it in the chat right now. .org.
They're gonna
Don't be
they're gonna
shy.
hang up and then be like, oh, I've needed, or you're gonna go back to your friends, your family, and be like, I learned about this stuff, and they're gonna ask you a question and be like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's-
So just shoot me an email and I'll answer promptly.
Tell Aaron what you got.
Okay.
All right. Thank you all for joining. We hope to see you on the 4th of October as we kick off the rule book. If you're wondering about like, I don't know if I have a team, I don't know if I have a mentor, I don't have a coach, reach out to us, because what we'll do is we'll put you in touch with our regional director that is in your area, and we will figure out. We have several teams that don't have a school. We have homeschool teams, and
Yep.
they're actually meeting at other campuses, and they have mentors already lined up for their teams. So don't feel like if you're away. We have one student that's in Connecticut that is joining a team, a homeschool team that has students from Massachusetts, and they're hours away from each other, but they're on the same team, right? So there's ways actually to do this, even if you feel like you're far away. So don't be intimidated from that. All right, great. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Thank you, Darren.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
See you guys.